Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a VCS pre-order haul. This was from the pre-order she had the middle of July. I had placed 2 orders. One was the bulk of what I wanted, and then the second one was the, oh shit, she's closing, I need to order more. The crazy thing about this was I got tracking for both of them within like 20 minutes of each other. The small order, the oh shit order, shipped that same day, and I got it, what, 2-3 days later. The second order sat in the big order sat in pre-shipment for 6 days and then shipped, and then was supposed to be here on Saturday. And then it said, oh, sorry, you know, in transit running later or whatever it says. Then it was supposed to be here Monday, same thing. And it finally got here today. So I'm like, holy moly. I have a few Blossom bars and I have quite a few souffles. This was her, from what she said, last pre-order that she was doing before she closed. So it kind of was a little crazy. I didn't go too crazy because it was heavy fall and I'm not a heavy fall person. Like, I like fall scents, but I don't like I don't like tons of fall scents. You know, I like fall, but I'm not crazy. Like, by the middle of October, I'm usually sick of melting fall. I'll save some for Halloween and Thanksgiving, and otherwise I kind of move on. I'm not really, like, right now it's still pretty warm out, and so I'm not really in the fall melting vibe, but I will be here pretty soon. So because I had 2 orders, I did have 2 samples. The first sample that I got is a bubblegum pop, which is double bubble bubblegum, grape, Kool-Aid, and strawberry cotton candy. Frankie and I were talking about this over the weekend because she got the same sample. And we are not bubblegum lovers by any means. But I'll tell you, on cold, the grape and the strawberry cotton candy stand out. And she melted her sample over the weekend. And she voice chatted me and told me that on warm she got a little bit more bubblegum, which I'm petrified of. So I may melt a little bit of that, but I don't anticipate buying it because she's really only going to have pop-ups probably for the next 3 or so months till she closes, and I'm not a fan of pop-ups. I'm not a fan of RTSs because 9 times out of 10 it's Hunger Games, and I don't like being carjacked. I don't like, you know, I like pre-orders where I can shop at my leisure. I have a newborn and a 1-year-old, and then I have my 2 older kids that I'm taxiing around everywhere, so I don't always have time for these pop-ups because they'll open and I'll be driving or something, you know, and then by the time I get to my destination, everything's gone. So I like pre-orders where I have like a couple days to put everything together, my list, and sit down and order. So yeah. All right, the second sample I got is Headless Grape Pumpkin, which is pumpkin cheesecake filling, ginger snap crust, whipped cream, pumpkin layer cake with cream cheese frosting. And that's really good. I'm excited to try that. I don't think I've ever had, I've had the Headless Horseman, but I don't think I've had this blend. All right, I'm gonna start with the Blossom bars. This is the one that I was really wanting. Carnival of Souls, cider donuts, pumpkin cheesecake, and marshmallow fireside. This one I've been asking for quite a while. There were 2 I really wanted to get my hands on. This one and Cafe Reggio, and she poured both of them, and I got a Blossom bar in both of them. The Cafe Reggio was, I believe, the last pre-order. I didn't haul it, I don't think, because it was like, I think I only got 2 Blossom bars for that whole order, so I didn't bother doing a haul. This is one I love. It's very fall. So that one to me is very cidery, but you do get a lot of that marshmallow fireside. The next one I got is Jackie O's Pistachio Cupcakes, rich vanilla bean cupcakes topped with pistachio marshmallow frosting. And you're going to hear the kids in the background there in the living room right next to me. And this is the only time that I really have to record. They don't synchronize their naps yet, and when they go to bed I have the big kids here and they're being loud, so I have to do this while the big kids are at school, and so you're going to hear them in the background. It's inevitable. This to me, I get Lucy and Ethel vibes from this. It is kind of similar. but it is the same pistachio as in Lucy and Ethel, which is one of my favorites. Next is Christmas Time Is Here, sugar cookies, Christmas cheese, and a hint of peppermint. This one I am actually splitting in half. Frankie's getting half of this. We went in halves together. We both wanted it, but we didn't want a full. So I ordered it, and she Venmo'd me half so I can get that out to her. This is really good. This is on cold, heavier on the peppermint. But I think I've melted it before, and it's like a really good blend of all three on warm, if I'm not mistaken. Next is Christmas Tree Cake, Strawberry Pound Cake Ice Cream, Vanilla Ice Cream, Yellow Cake, Vanilla Buttercream, Strawberry Pound Cake, a touch of green sprinkles. So this one's really light on cold. Like, I don't really smell hardly anything, so I can't really give, like, an opinion on that. All right, and the last of the Blossom Bars, if I can grab it, is Grandpa Joe's Pajamas, French Lavender, Honey, and Warm Linen. Oh, that's so good. I love her laundry scents. And this one, I actually already sold half of the Blossom Bar, so I'll be cutting it and sending that off and then keeping the other half. For me, Blossom Bars, you see how thick they are. Blossom Bars last me a long time, so like a half a Blossom Bar is plenty for me because it'll last me forever at this point. All right, now on to souffles. I probably should have put these in order. So like I said, I don't know how many more hauls, if any, I'll be having from her because she is, you know, closing at the end of the year, and this was her last pre-order. So I don't know if there's going to be any more pre-orders that I will get my hands on or not. Or not pre-orders, like pop-ups or anything that I'll be able to get my hands on. I don't know. I thought I had a second one of that. Oh, let me look. Good Lord, I didn't realize I bought so many. Jeez. That's what happens when you order things and like 2 months later they show up and you go, oh shit. Okay, I know I had 2 of that one. Like I said, I should have already done this. However, I did not. Because I'm not exactly with it. Okay, so I have Now and Then Strawberry Cream Soda. I did actually order 2, but I did de-stash 1 because I don't need 2. 1 is going to be plenty. These are another thing that I actually, the way that my house is set up and the way the warmers are, a souffle lasts me forever because my rooms are small, so I only use a little bit in each warmer. And the dishes are small in most of my warmers, so it's just a little goes a long way in my house. I don't have high ceilings. I don't have big rooms, so I really don't need a huge amount in each warmer. Next is Irma's Clothesline, Lavender Vanilla Clean Cotton. This is another one that I had 2 of, but I decided to de-stash 1. So I'm keeping this one. And because it's kind of similar to Grandpa Joe's Pajamas, and again, it's just a lot of wax all at once, which is fine, but I don't need the half Blossom Bar plus all these souffles in the same vibe of scents. So I was like, at first I was like, I'll grab it and then I'll just de-stash it if I don't want it. And that's exactly what I decided to do. Baby Leroy Lavender Vanilla Baby Magic. Kind of regret only getting one of this one. So good. This one is that baby powder type blend with the lavender. And then I have Scratch Bakery Powdered Donuts, Rich Sugar Cookies, and Fresh Picked Strawberries. This is another one that I bought 2 of and I de-stashed 1. It's good, but I don't need 2 of it. I do that a lot with pre-orders. I will overbuy sometimes because I have FOMO, and then I will go, yeah, I really don't need that many. All right, then we have Bert and Ernie Satsuma Blueberry Lemon Lime Fizz topped with Orange Whip. This is another one that I had 2 of. I'm keeping 1. Oh, it's good, but I definitely don't need 2. It's just, I've got a bunch of scents that are in like the same scent vibe. Then we have Sally's Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies, Rich Sugar Cookies, and Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies. I think I had 2 of this one as well. It's really light, and you know, I'm not a light bakery person. I'm more of a heavy bakery. This one, I regret only getting 1. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, Crisp Fall Air, Crunchy Leaves, Tattered Flannel Shirts. I wish I had gotten 2 of this one, but it's okay. Oh, so good. That one I mostly get like the air and the flannel. Caramel Apple Jackie O, rich vanilla bean cake topped with red apples, whipped marshmallows, and a sweet caramel drizzle. It smells just like a caramel apple. I don't get much of the Jackie O. Now I might when it, you know, when it comes out, when it's melting, when it comes out, Jesus, when it's melting, I might get more. Oh, here's another, that Sally's Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies. All right, the rest of these I have 2 of, and I'm keeping both of them. The Great Coffee Pumpkin. Pumpkin layer cake covered in cream cheese frosting with a steaming mug of Cafe Cubano. This is good. This is like it's like, I get like a cinnamony coffee vibe with that, with the pumpkin. Next is Witch's Chair, Vanilla Lace and Vermont Honey Apple. This one I've had a lot. I love it. It's so good. I love vanilla lace, and that Vermont Honey Apple is really nice also. Then I have the Warrens, glazed cinnamon donuts and a warm cup of mulled cider topped with gooey marshmallows, caramel drizzle, and sweet cinnamon. I do have a loaf in the order of the Warrens, so I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to keep both of these souffles. It's good. It's like a donut apple cider blend. And last but certainly not least, Lucy and Ethel pistachio coconut pudding cake topped with marshmallows. For everybody who's followed me for a length of time, you know Lucy and Ethel's one of my favorites. I do have a half blossom bar of the scent, plus I have a loaf of Lucy and Ethel at the cafe. So I grabbed 2 souffles. I feel like that'll get me through a little while. All right, so that is everything. Yeah, it's a decent order. It's not like terribly big. A lot of people went really big because it's like it was the last pre-order, but I couldn't afford to go terribly big, so I did. Every 3 months, I have a little bit of extra money that I can spend on wax. And it just so happened that the pre-order happened like the day after I had the extra money come in. And so, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I had graduated with my bachelor's and now I'm in my master's program. And I have, you know, my student loans, and I have a scholarship, and I have what's called an alumni scholarship through my school because I got my bachelor's through them. So they give me a scholarship. So once my tuition and my books get paid out of my student loans, whatever's left and my scholarship, I actually get deposited into my bank account. Right now, being a stay-at-home mom and having the 2 babies, I'd rather have the money. And then when I graduate and I get my job, then I will pay the student loans back. But I get the scholarship, which is a decent amount, and then the leftover from the loans. So I pay whatever bills that I need to pay. I usually pay my car payment for the 3 months because I get the check every 3 months. So I usually pay my car payment for those 3 months. That way it's just less burden on us monthly, because that's outside of rent. My car payment's my next biggest bill. And then I pay a couple of their smaller bills. I do a Sam's Club, stock up for things we'll need for the next 3 months, paper products, cleaning products, you know, non-perishables. And then I do have a little bit of a wax budget out of that because that's the only time that I have money to spend on wax. So this just so happened that I got my check from the school literally the day before this opened. So I was like, perfect timing. So that's what I spent my allowance, my wax allowance on those 3 months. But now it's July. I'll get another one in October. So if there's any pop-ups or another vendor does any pre-orders, it's gonna be right in time for the holiday pre-orders that a lot of vendors do. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that. So I will have some hauls coming up probably in the near future, depending on what happens. I also have 4 kids now for Christmas, so I have to take that into consideration with this coming school check also. We've been doing our sinking funds and trying to save little by little, but every time something like that happens, like something comes up and it doesn't, like we wind up having to use it for something else. So it's like we just get ahead, and then we had that storm where we lost everything in the fridge and freezer, and we had to go to the hotel and all that because we had no power, and it was 1st of August with 2 babies, and it was 95 degrees out. I couldn't be here with no electricity and no air conditioning with them. So, you know, it was like we had just got ahead, and then we had to pay for all that. So, yeah, so that is everything. I rambled long enough. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.